Hello students, so here is the corrections for assignment 2A. Let's get started. Well, first question that you're supposed to try is to fill in each of these boxes with either greater than or less than. So what we are doing here is actually just doing a quick comparison of which of these numbers are greater and which of these numbers are lesser. However, the tricky part is that some of these numbers are negative. So when negative numbers are concerned, sometimes some students get a bit confused. So we just need to be extra careful, right? So for part A, we have negative 4 compared with negative 6. Well, negative 4 is greater than negative 6, right? Despite 4 being smaller than 6, but because they are negative, the value is actually flip, right? So next one, comparing negative 11 with negative 11.5, same situation as part A. So negative 11 is actually greater than negative 11.5. Now part C, they are positives, but they are actually fractions. So this question is here because we do know that some students do get confused by fractions. So we need to have a little bit of a practice here to hopefully help us to be more comfortable and be familiar with fractions. So 1/5 measure against a 1/3. Well, 1/5 is actually smaller than 1/3. And finally, part D, we have both fractions and negative numbers, so we have to be extra careful. And when we compare them, we'll realize that negative 1/3 is actually greater than negative 5/6. Right, next question. This time we want to practice drawing the number line. So we also use the number line to illustrate prime numbers more than or equal to 2, but less than 10. So here's how it looks like. The number line, let's draw the number line and put in the arrowheads at two ends of the number line. Put in the interval. I think from 0 to 10 is reasonable in this particular situation. And then we mark out the points here, right? So the prime numbers in this range are 2, 3, 5, and 7. So this is how you can actually draw your number line. Right, next one, question 9, part C. So this is what we want to do. We want to write down 4 integers between negative 7 and 0 inclusive. So what's happening here is this question is here to help us to learn and understand the meaning of the word inclusive, right? So the word inclusive actually means that if I say negative 7 to 0, the number can be negative 7 and 0. So I just need to choose any 4 numbers within this range. So between negative 7 to 0, I can just choose any 4, but in this case it's quite safe because the whole idea here is to help everybody learn the meaning of inclusive. It is not really a difficult question to fry your brain or anything like that, right? So any 4 of these questions, 4 of these integers that you list down will be fine, right? Here's another one. This time round, just to contrast with the earlier question, we want 2 numbers between negative 5 to negative 4, but we this time round did not indicate inclusive. So we should not choose negative 5 and we should not choose negative 4. So let's look for 2 numbers that's in between negative 5 and negative 4. So what are negative 5 and negative 4? What are the numbers in between? Well, the decimals, we can use decimals or we can use fractions. They are actually okay. Just don't use the integer negative 5 and negative 4. So negative 4.4 or negative 4.5, they are all reasonable. Alright, I hope you have been successful with these exercises. Have a nice day.